I'm a big Joe Rogan fan because he's a lover of truth. Trump, I thought was actually. Did you listen to the Rogan interview?
I did. I listened to the whole thing.
What was your reaction to that?
I've heard some of those stories before because, again, he's just speaking the truth. Like
Yes.
these are his stories. I thought that
The Afghanistan one was hilarious.
Oh gosh, I mean, he's a great storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm going to sidestep to being in person at the rally the other night because I think it's even more important what I experienced is that when you're there with him, he's actually very calm. And I feel like that's what came through in the interview. Like he's very funny. And Joe
hilarious.
pointed that out. Joe is a comedian, everybody. Like he knows funny.
A good comedian.
Exactly. So, I mean, he has a comedy store in Austin where he wanted to be able to put his own people on stage, right? And run his show. But he's very funny, he's very charismatic, and he's very calm. And
Yes.
I find him to be very calm. And, I think he's just playful. So like he goes through you can see he's going to prompter here and there, but it's almost like he knows that people will get bored listening to policy talk and listening to somebody reading a prompter. And he'll just riff on a story, make a joke, tell someone to get their fat ass off the couch. Like he just like slips in. So if somebody only hears these moments, they're like, oh, wow, ooh, it can be jarring for people. But when you watch it in totality and you see the pauses and the moments and the way that he walks and the pauses and the dances and the goofiness, and he's so charismatic. I think everyone should go listen. I just finished it this morning. Everyone should listen to Jordan Peterson's analysis on YouTube. It might be other places too. It's a special episode he did to the Avengers, where he goes through from a psychology perspective all of the Avengers, let's just call them that, and he goes into their personality traits because there's the big five
Tulsi,
personality, Vivek, JD, and Trump. And so he goes into all of them.
Wow.
He starts with Donald.
I'll have to look at that.
It's something everyone that doesn't that is having a hard time should listen to because it gives it from an objective perspective, the personality traits of these people.
I can't wait to watch that.
And what you end up realizing is that, I don't know, this is my theory. We feel like Trump has this sort of narcissistic communication style and personality. He's very overt. You hear in the explanation from Jordan Peterson a little bit better examples of why and how that is and what it really is. Now, anyone that's had exposure to narcissistic abuse, you know that there's projection, and a lot of times what they do is they throw at you exactly what they're doing. And that's what Kamala does all the time. Don't you notice that? Like she'll throw out there certain things that are going on and she'll say, oh, you want to use the military to your advantage, right? That's something
so
true. Right?
Yes.
And then right after that, there was sort of like a DOD sort of petition or a bill or something like that, or right that they passed where they are going to be able to use military force on someone that goes against what is...
That's a recent order that we haven't covered yet. That is correct, yeah.
That's an example of somebody that said, oh, you want to use the military to your advantage. And she just did it. It's wild. It happens constantly. Right. I don't know. Maybe she's the narcissist.
Maybe she is.
Or maybe she's just repeating what someone tells her to say.
I think Kamala's a very troubled person. I don't think she did not work to be where she is right now. And she does not have the talent to close out this election. I hope we beat her. Okay, this is 22, Trump and Rogan. This is just a hilarious little clip. Play cut 22.
So I always got more publicity than other people, and it wasn't like I was trying. In fact, I don't know exactly why. Maybe you can tell me why.
Oh, I could definitely tell you. You said a lot of wild shit.
Maybe.
You said a lot of wild shit. And then CNN, in all their brilliance, by highlighting your wild shit, made you much more popular.
Yeah.
It's called clickbait. It's called making TV.
I just love Rogan's analysis. Okay, here's Tucker, just off the cuff, at Madison Square Garden. Let's play cut 18.
You know what the big lie is? The big lie is that they're impressive. That's what the big lie is. That the people in charge have somehow earned the right to rule over you, and they haven't. And you know that. These are the single most useless people in the United States. They have no skills whatsoever. They've got 3/4 of the money, and they didn't earn it. They set up a system precisely for the purpose of awarding themselves wealth and power when it's undeserved. You look at Liz Cheney and you ask yourself honestly, what skill could she possibly have that allowed her to send hundreds of thousands of people to their deaths? Did she earn that? I don't think she did. No fair system would make Liz Cheney powerful. No fair system would make Larry Fink rich. No fair system would elevate someone like Kamala Harris to a presidential nomination.
Wow.
Do you agree with that?
Yes. The first thing he started off by saying in that talk was that the number one reason that he is, I can't remember how he phrased it, if it was that people liked him, is because he likes you. That's what it was. He said the number one reason why people like him, because they couldn't figure it out, is because he likes you. And now you think about it. He's the only person that has lost net worth being president. Every other one of them has gained tremendous net worth, which shows you that the engine behind it and the background that we don't understand through war and whatever else is going on. And also, to reiterate, the incredible event that happened at Butler, he was shot. And then they tried to shoot him again. He is a billionaire. He doesn't need to do this job. He wants to do this job. That is a big difference. That is a very big difference because he actually cares. I think he really, and there's been so many great clips that have come up recently. People have been showing about interviews that he's done 30 years ago, 40 years ago, talking about, tariffs on other countries and making them pay their fair share too.
Lifelong consistency.
Exactly.